Hey guys, Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're looking at the RAPTOR R Ultimate. This retails for $649.99 and it's available in 3 color configurations. This one is the black and gold. We like it very much. We think it looks really nice. Now this car is a new version of the RAPTOR R. The original RAPTOR R actually got terrible reviews and did not sell very well at all. Traxxas realized the mistake they made and they quickly came out with a newer version to address all the issues that plagued the old one. Now, what was wrong with the old one? The old one basically came with a Velineon 3500 kV motor and the old Velineon VXL3S system. Now, it's a good system. The problem is it was designed for a Slash, which weighs about 5 pounds. This car comes in at 6.5 pounds. It's a lot heavier, and also the wheels are bigger. That's going to translate to a lot more heat buildup on a regular Velineon system. So Traxxas quickly developed a new system. It's the Velineon VXL4S. It has the same footprint as the old Velineon system, but it's more capable, and they actually use the 2400 kV motor. With that system, it was definitely be able to handle the weight, and it's a much needed change. This car does not overheat at all, and it runs really cool. In fact, on 4S, this thing with the stock gearing that it comes with, which is a 20 tooth pinion and 50 spur, this thing will do 66 miles an hour with no overheating. That is absolutely incredible, and we think Traxxas hit a grand slam with this one because everybody's talking about this car. All my customers are, after they're buying this car, they were very, very surprised how fast it is out of the box. There's never been a ready to run from Traxxas that did 60 plus out of the box. Usually you have to do aggressive gearing, and it does cause overheating. This is the first time, I think, in the history of any of their cars where something will do these type of speeds with absolutely zero overheating. Now this speed control also has a trick up its sleeve. The Velineon 4S speed control, you could actually change the voltage that going to the servo. So this servo that they include with the car is a 2275 servo. Normal torque on it is 347 ounces. Now there's a way to dial up the torque in the app. You basically change it to 7.4 volts, and now you're getting 450 ounces of torque, and your transit time goes way down. You have much quicker steering. In my opinion, you want to run it in that format, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you do have a desire to change a servo, do not give in to that temptation, because the Traxxas servos work very, very well with TSM. If you put another servo, the TSM will still work sometimes, but it's not going to work as good. And you want, definitely with a long chassis like this, you want the TSM working all the time, and you want it working great. So my opinion is leave the stock servo. It's actually more than you need. 450 ounces of torque with really quick transit time is just beautiful. Now the other thing that really plagued the car was it came with the standard Ultra shocks. It's the same shocks they use, let's say, on the 5-pound Slash. Now we have GTR shocks that come with this. They're higher volume, better damping, thicker springs, just a better overall shock, and they really perform well. The other couple things that they do to the car are just standard Ultimate stuff. You have really very durable aluminum parts on all the carriers around the car. Steering block, caster block, rear carriers are all aluminum, and they're the HD version of the aluminum, which means they're even stronger than the original Slash Ultimate. So they're new parts for the that complement the HT line of parts, and they're very, very welcome. You're not going to break them. This car is extremely durable, and it just is incredible. You have a car that goes 60 plus miles an hour with metal parts on it, virtually unbreakable. They give you a center differential, and the center differential is their upgraded one. It's an aluminum center differential, and they also give you the steel spur gear, which is really good for durability. It's never going to strip, and it's never going to wear out. It's a very, very good system. For gearing on the car, they went with a 20-tooth pinion and a 50-tooth spur. That combination allows the car to go really quick. You don't really need to touch it. It's fast enough out of the box, in our opinion, and you really don't want to go any more aggressive than that. Now, the cool thing about the RAPTOR R platform is the chassis. It's a stretched out chassis. It's a lot longer than a Slash chassis. In fact, it's 15.1 inches, which is super long. But what a lot of people don't know is it's actually really more in line with the scale dimensions of a real Raptor and a short course truck. In fact, the only other company to release a truly scaled short course truck was Team Associated. This is an SE8 released back in 2010. This car is legendary. It's a very sought after car. It's based on the RC8 racing buggy platform, and it performs phenomenal. It's a little different than the Traxxas car. This one is fully adjustable. You could do anti-squat, you could change the front kick-up, caster, you can change all the adjustments that you can make on a racing car. You could actually do on the SE8, and it really is the only other platform that's truly scale, and it drives like a short course truck. We're going to do a video on this in the future. It's a collector's item. We think people would be very interested in that video. It's an amazing car. If you see one on eBay or Marketplace, you should buy it. It's a really special car. But anyway, back to this car. So the benefit of the long chassis is that the car is going to be a lot more stable at higher speeds. Like the Slash is slightly squirrely when you're going over 50, and the car could be a handful. With the long chassis here, it just makes the car that much more stable. And people don't realize the customers are loving the drivability, and they're not realizing why. It's the long chassis together with the TSM, and I guess the larger wheels as well. It just gives you a whole different feeling. It's a very scale type of drive, very stable, very fast. Now, what's important is a lot of people don't know this, but you're really supposed to turn down your TSM to have the most fun. I turned mine down to 25%. This way, it's not going to do any wheel wobbling, and it just feels more natural. You could kick the back end while still maintaining straight. In fact, the TSM on this car is so good that it actually feels like you're defying physics as you're driving it. It keeps the car straight. Like I said, if you dial the TSM back on the dial with the radio, like I said, I set mine to 25%, and it's just magic. I recommend that too. Now, the customer that bought this particular Raptor R, he wanted to take it a step further. He told me, Mark, I know the car comes upgraded, but what can I do to just take it to the next level? So the first thing we did is we addressed the handling. Even though the GTR shocks are good, and they're better than the Ultra shocks, we went with team associated shocks, front and rear. The benefits of these shocks is they're slightly longer than the stock shocks. They also have longer springs that fill out the shock better, so you have better rebound. And then the pistons inside have better pack. So it's more appropriate for a car that weighs this type of weight. Again, the GTR shocks, even though they're upgraded, they were designed for the Slash Ultimate or that style car, which is a 5-pound car. This shock is really a lot more appropriate for a 6.5-pound car, and you feel it when you drive it. There's a big difference with the team associated shocks versus the GTRs, and it is something that I highly recommend you do. The other upgrade we went with is the Cobra 10 motor and speed control. Now again, you don't need to put this in there, but if you have the extra money and you want to go with the best, Castle Creations is a company that assembles these in the United States with Asian parts, and they're really considered the best. Castle motor and speed control, this is the Cobra 10. It's their speed control with a 32-bit processor in it. It's very advanced. It runs very, very cool. And together with their 2400 kV motor, it's a 14-15 can motor. So again, it's a high torque motor. Now, typically the benefit and the reason why you go with, Castle motors is really two reasons. The first reason, the most important, it runs 15 to 20% cooler than anything from Traxxas or Hobbywing. And the second reason is basically it's going to be a lot smoother since it's a censored motor. So it's never going to cog. It's also going to last forever. If you look at the SE8 models, they came with a Castle system and they're still running. If you see one used on eBay, they still have the original Castle motor and speed control in them just because they're bulletproof and they last forever. And that's why, another reason why you should buy a Castle system. They just last forever. They're unbelievable. Because the motor and speed control runs a little bit cooler, if you want to get more aggressive with this setup, you can probably throw a 23, 24 tooth pinion and just run it on the edge. And you're probably going to get about, let's say, 75 plus, and you're going to have a really good time with the car. Now this car, we also put a very cheap upgrade. It's an $8 upgrade. It's the front bulbs. They plug right into the front of the car, and they go right into the receiver, and they basically get powered on 6 volts on the receiver, and they look great. It's a nice addition to the car. But, it just adds to the scale looks, and it's something that the customer asked for, so we did it. And as far as cooling for the motor, we used a GPM 35 millimeter. It's a high RPM fan with a clip. It's an aluminum clip, acts as a heatsink. You put it right on the motor. It's very, very easy. It's plug and play. You just put it on the car, and you'll probably drop your motor temps like 15, 16 degrees For 30 bucks, it's definitely worth getting. So overall, we think this is a very good package from Traxxas. Like I said, it doesn't need to be upgraded, but if you want to, like this customer did, you can. The customer feedback from this car is definitely the best I've seen in a long time. I'd probably put it up there with the Traxxas Max, which is the all-time favorite for my customers. But people are coming back telling me that they love this car. In fact, certain families that come in, their RC families, they come in, they buy one of these, they end up buying one or two more just because everybody in their family sees it and they want one. Very, very good selling car. Very big winner by Traxxas. And there's nothing you could really say bad about this car. I haven't seen the reviews on this car on YouTube. I don't really look at the reviews too much, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to rip apart on this one. In stock form, it's absolutely phenomenal. Another feature that this car comes with, a lot of people don't know about, it comes with built-in telemetry. The telemetry basically allows you to monitor motor temperature, motor RPM, and actual top speed. And it really is a nice touch to the car. It works with the radio, with the included Bluetooth app and your iPhone. Very nice addition to the car. And if you get an iPhone mount, you just mount it on the top of the radio and put your iPhone there. You can see all the telemetry right in front of you. A lot of people do it because they want to see their top speed, which is really cool. Again, this is the RAPTOR R Ultimate. Highly recommended from Park Flyers RC. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.